It was too brotastic. Okay? It was. You're trying to win an election in which you're hemorrhaging female voters.
Former President Trump on Tuesday described his Madison Square Garden rally that was marked by racist and sexist comments as a, quote, love fest. Take a look.
Politicians that have been doing this for a long time, 30 and 40 years, said there's never been an event so beautiful. It was like a love fest.
Illegals, they get whatever they want, don't they?
They're on the side of the terrorists.
She is the devil, whoever screamed that out.
Her and her pimp handlers will destroy our country.
She is the Antichrist.
Square Garden, the love in that room.
The first Samoan Malaysian low IQ.
I love you, Donald.
I mean, what?
An absolute love fest, and it was my honor to be involved.
Jake Tapper had on Republican Senator Mike Rounds from South Dakota and asked him about the rally and Trump's comments, and he disappointingly swept it under the rug as just an unforced error.
Some really rough and offensive things from some of the speakers, including, of course, the comedian who called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. There are a number of Republicans who criticized that comedian and the event, including your colleague, Senator Rick Scott of Florida. Do you think it would be better if Trump just acknowledged and apologized for those comments as opposed to saying it was just a love fest? Or what's your take on it?
I think there's two parts to it. First of all, I know the campaign through Mr. Alvarez indicated that Mr. Trump was not aware of it beforehand.
I don't believe you.
And that they did not agree with those comments. I do think that having that particular comedian on there at that time and what he did, even though I don't think those jokes were cleared by the campaign. It was an unforced error.
So yet again, MAGA gives Trump a pass on everything. They treat him like a toddler who isn't supposed to know who's speaking at his events and isn't expected to address the racist comments, let alone condemn them. This is not a surprise. Why should it? We know Trump and his team endorse everything that was said at that rally.
The migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. These Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do.
So Trump did not address the backlash to comments made by other speakers at the New York City rally, including comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, whose joke comparing Puerto Rico to a, quote, floating island of garbage, unquote, has caused a firestorm, including with some Latino voters.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
Megyn Kelly surprisingly attacked Donald Trump's campaign for its, quote, brotastic, unquote, Madison Square Garden rally, which she said could jeopardize Trump's precarious standing with women voters.
So Megyn Kelly had some criticisms about the event. Women, well, let's roll the tape and get your reaction.
It was too brotastic. Okay? It was. You're trying to win an election in which you're hemorrhaging female voters. Maybe when you present in front of hundreds, thousands at least, at Madison Square Garden, you clean up the bro talk just a little so you don't alienate women in the middle of America who are already on the fence about Republicans. We're trying to get him elected. We don't need to rally the base or guys anymore.
Doesn't she have a point about the tone in these last 7 days?
Look, I think both campaigns have to change the tone.
I say, hold up.
We can't stand you. You're a vice president. Radical left, Marxist, communist, fascist. We have a fascist person running who's incompetent.
We have to stop pointing fingers and start locking arms. It is time to turn the page on the drama and the conflict, the fear and division. It is time for a new generation of leadership in America.
And by that, I mean, let's get down and talk about the facts. Let's talk about the issues that real Americans are concerned with. The rhetoric going both ways right now, the back and forth, I mean, I think it started when the guys were talking about their golf games rather than talking about substance in the first debate.
Right.
So what I'd like to see is both of these two camps actually focus on things that Americans are concerned about.
And like always, Senator Rounds makes it a both sidesism issue. Even though we know that the Harris campaign has made their case more about policy than about personal attacks. You can't even compare the two. The problem is Senator Rounds is sounding and acting like an old school conventional Republican who is focused on policy and homegrown issues, which is great to hear, but this is not what Trump and MAGA promote or stand for. Trump doesn't care about policy. He just cares about grievous politics, personal attacks, and most importantly, revenge. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Thanks again.
How much time? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.